What is good, boys? In this video, I'm going to be telling you how to Looksmaxx beyond the physical. So there's so much that Looksmaxxing comes down to, and the things you can do inside the gym, the appearances you can change on your face and your style is only going to take you so far. If you're a shy, insecure, unconfident person, these things aren't going to make a big difference for you. This stands true because when I was a younger kid, I look back and I was actually a pretty cute kid. Like, I could have pulled some girls in high school. I just had zero confidence, and that is what killed my game. I had no confidence, wasn't able to talk to anybody. So now I realize that so much of your Looksmaxxing comes down to the confidence and aura that you bring to the table. And this is what this video is going to be about. And there's also a quick story that really put things in visual perspective for me. And if you want to watch this, you can too. I was watching on the flight over from Sweden to Florida, and that is Hitman. It's with Powell. Basically, in this movie, he takes on two different egos. The ego of his normal self and the ego when he is his hitman, where he's like an undercover cop hitman getting people who are trying to kill people in jail. And he takes on this persona and acts in a completely different way, so much to the point where his coworkers say the regular version of him they would never fuck, and then they say, oh well, this other version of him, damn, I would let him do the nastiest and craziest things to me. So that's how much your aura can change, whether you're that, him being the same exact person made the biggest difference and made him so much more attractive to his coworkers. And this is something I've been talking about in all my Looksmaxxing videos, is that you can only do so much to change your appearance, but you can do unlimited amounts to change your aura in terms of high-level communication, the way you speak, the way you portray yourself, the way you carry yourself, the confidence you have. These things are going to take you over to the next level. So the first thing we're going to start with is confidence, which is one of the most important things. So if you want to have success with anything you do, whether it's get girls, succeed in business, succeed with sales, make friends, you need to have confidence. It all comes down to confidence. So how are you actually going to increase your confidence to the point where you're very comfortable around other people and acting with it where you want to act? I've learned that it takes a couple different things. The first is going to be, sorry if you hear that noise, there's a plane. But the first is going to be competence. Being competent in many different realms is going to make you confident. Meaning that, okay, if you can do many different things well, you'll have an easier time being confident in portraying that. The second thing, that one can take some time, but the second thing is going to be discipline. And this is something that can increase your confidence extremely quickly. So if you go in on self-improvement and you do disciplined acts day in and day out, you will feel more confident about yourself, and it's going to come across and be portrayed very easily and very quickly. It's just going to naturally happen. So for example, if you go to the gym, you read, you meditate, you journal, you do some of the dopamine detoxing activities like cutting out some artificial dopamine, replacing it with that good stuff, and you stay disciplined about this, you will increase your confidence, and it's going to happen quickly. Week to week, you're going to notice a huge increase in your confidence. So that is one of the quickest and easiest things that you can do, is discipline. On the long-term scale is competence, meaning that you get good at many different skills, that you can just do a lot of different things that you're good at. The more things you're good at, the more you're going to be confident. It's pretty simple. So beyond that, those are the two main things that I recommend if you want to increase your confidence. It's coming out to those, and then later on there's other things you can do. Like, you can do all these things about breaking down your comfort zone with like approaching girls. If that's something you're uncomfortable with, I'd recommend going out and approaching girls. But just to start for this video, the two things you need to do to increase your confidence are those. And then the next thing is just going to be really developing high-level communication. See, 90% of the interactions you have are based off of the communication that you do, not the way that you look too much. So yeah, the way that you look influences judgments and first appearances. But beyond that, I met people before like who are pretty goofy looking but end up being the coolest person that I've met, and I'm like, I love this guy, he's so cool. And it was all because of his communication, or their communication. There's been many people who have had that with, but recently just one person comes to mind, and he came on to a call with me looking goofy, and I was like, at the end of it, I'm like, this guy is so cool, and it was all because of the way he spoke and the way he acted and the way he carried himself. And this was all just over a Zoom call. So you can pretty much do anything when it comes down to communication. But a lot of that also is going to come from having that initial confidence backing yourself. So how do you actually improve communication? Well, the easiest way is going to be by taking on a sales job. Sales is going to force you to very quickly and rapidly improve your communication. You're going to be learning, especially if you do a more dynamic sales career, instead of just reading some basic script for some like cold calling agency, that's not going to teach you much. But ones that really develop interpersonal communication, needing to build rapport, understand people's needs, these are going to take you from wherever you're at now to the next level. You're going to be able to question and understand people in a very quick and efficient manner, even beyond just sales. You're going to just be able to be very smooth with your communication. This is something that I've learned, like the very little things you notice and they help you out so much. I can't express it, but over the last like 8 months of really like trying to hone in on my communication beyond just sales, but really like improve high level communication, working with a mentor, doing these things, you notice that there's so many areas in your communication where you can improve it. And it's just using like the right word or changing this or changing that. And it's the funniest thing how it's such little things that make the biggest difference. And we can go on into high level communication for days, but it's really going to come down to, if you're brand new to this, what I did was I read How to Win Friends and Influence People, and this got me 80% of the way there. The last 20% is where you become funny, charismatic, charming. That's the last 20%, but you need to cover the first 80, and that's going to get you there with just How to Win Friends and Influence People. Read that book, fully digest it and understand it. The Charisma Myth, Captivate. These are some of the basics that you need to read if you want to get that initial 80%, and this will get you very good between body language, communication, your speaking styles, and just how you portray yourself to people. So if you want to improve the communication side of things, I'd recommend reading those 3 books. Of course, there's other ones that are great as well that you can throw in, but start with those 3 books, and then beyond that, you're just going to learn over time. Or if you want to accelerate the process, you can get a mentor like I did, someone who is really far advanced in communication, can help you and bridge this gap. But the best way to do this is by learning with sales, because it's going to be weird if you're not doing sales. How are they going to like teach you specifically areas to improve? Because where I do it is I have recorded Zoom calls and we'll go over those, and we'll just do lessons in general on improving communication. These are all things that are going to apply universally, because sales is a universal thing. It's not just you do this at work. Like, for example, if you're a tech guy, you just do tech at work. It doesn't apply to every other area of your life. Sales does. So whether I'm talking to a girl, trying to make friends, trying to convince someone to do something anywhere and anytime, these are all sales. So that's why I love sales, because as I'm developing this skill for work and making money, I'm also improving my life in so many ways. So I highly recommend, if you want to improve your communication, you take on a sales job. And just a quick plug, I do have a free school community that will teach you how to get into high ticket sales, which I personally believe is the best form of sales. So those are the 2 main things that you need to do if you want to Looksmaxx to improve your aura and your confidence. It's going to be 1, developing your confidence so that you can actually be the best version of yourself and come to the table with some of that inner confidence that's going to allow you to say and do the things you want to do when it comes to the communication and the interactions that you have. And then beyond that, it's going to be actually improving the communication that you do and you have. Because if you have great communication and great confidence, boom, this is where your aura comes in, and now you're the fucking man. But then you have to do obviously all the basic Looksmaxxing, which I don't want to keep making videos on because it's so basic. You can watch 1 or 2 of them and know exactly what to do. You know to be in the gym. You know that rocking a clean shave works best for you and your haircut looks good this way. It's like, how many videos do you need to watch on that? But improving these things are going to be timeless. I mean, this is going to serve you for the rest of your life. If you know how to communicate at a high level, you never have to worry about a bad hair day, because you can play it off with humor and charisma, and no one even cares in the first place. So these are the things that are actually going to make a difference for you in the things that you truly want. See, when you're going after Looksmaxxing, what you want is to have better, you want to have better interactions with girls, you want to have people and guys respect you, and you want to have better interactions and business dealings. And these are all the things that you're going to get from the things I'm telling you. worrying about your hair and making sure your teeth are perfectly white, these aren't gonna make a difference. You can be the best looking guy, but if you're awkward and you can't speak, you're still gonna struggle. So these are the things that really matter, is communication and getting really good at it, not just communicating on a basic level, but like really mastering communication. And then also your confidence. If you have communication and confidence, no matter where you're at currently, you will just like 10x your game with whatever it is. If you want to get better with girls, you'll be 10x'd. I'm telling you, it is so simple. Start reading about communication and start doing the hard things you have to do every day, whether you're throwing in disciplined acts like cold showers, freaking cardio challenges, going to the gym if you're not already. I mean, you should be. But beyond that, just doing some self-improvement like reading, meditating, journaling. All these disciplined acts are going to build your confidence and allow you to become that person that you want to be. So that is it for this video. This is how you're going to actually improve your aura, which is going to get you those things that you want out of life, and with Looksmaxxing either way. So that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. If this provides you with any value, please subscribe. See you guys soon.